What a performance that was. Make no mistake about it. Brighton are our bogey team. Every season they pull our pants down. Twice pull our pants down every season. Well, today we pulled theirs. I'm going to get off the pants thing because it's a little bit wrong, actually, and a little bit rude. Today, we were, I was going to say dominant. We weren't dominant, but actually in the areas of the pitch that mattered, we absolutely dominated. Brighton had a lot of possession today. They would have made more passes than us. You know what? In that facet of the game today, in terms of the passing, they would have been better. But you know what? There are other skills that are involved in football. One of them's defending. We were better at that. One of them's goalkeeping. We were better at that. Another one is that actual clinical counter-attack and finishing. We were better at that. We were better as well. We were assassins today. We were absolute killers when it came to that counter-attack. And I'll tell you what, there were some absolutely beautiful goals that you saw. That was an exciting game. At times, it wasn't pretty to watch, but I have to say, I don't know about you guys, but there were times during that game where I thought they're just not going to break through. Ultimately, they did. They got a goal, and it was a good goal, to be fair to them. And they're a good team, Brighton. They are a good team. There will not be too many teams that go to that Amex Stadium and do that. It's absolutely typical. I'm away at the moment. If you're a regular watcher, you'll know I'm actually away at a pinball tournament. But I managed to sneak away and watch the game in my hotel room. Managed to get it up on the... Anyway, probably said too much already. But I managed to sneak away and I managed to do that. But it's absolutely typical because the last 2 seasons I've been to the Amex Stadium and gone to this away game. I don't go this season. And there you go. Maybe I should stay away for all games in future. But to see us where we are now, which is up high in the top of the league, when we were 3-0 up, I know we were top then. Man City, you've got to play, I understand that. But it's absolutely wonderful at this early stage in the season. There's almost too many individual performances to talk about in any great detail, and I want to talk about James Ward Prowse in a lot of detail because, I mean, as a new signing, he's been absolutely amazing for us. But it's not just the new signings. This has to be said. For West Ham to play like that, the old guard have got to do well as well. And Antonio was back to his best. He really was. Zuma played an amazing game. Areola was amazing in goal. Jarrod Bowen, well, he was in tip-top form today, both in attack and the way he was helping out Vladimir Soufal. That fella Matoma, you remember it from last season. He absolutely tore us apart. It gave, I'm sure Ben Johnson still has nightmares about that performance from Matoma, but I mean, we pretty much shut the guy down. We really did. It was nothing short of incredible. Look, I made some notes while I was watching the game, so I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna read from me notes now because it was incident packed, that game. Well, what I should probably say is that we went a goal up. After that, Souček went off. The goal was beautiful. James Ward Prowse won the ball in the middle of the park, played it out to Antonio, and Antonio ran down the wing. It was in possession of the ball for a long time, Antonio. During that time, James Ward Prowse has run from his own half, where he was defending, where he's run the ball, and made the run all the way through, right in front of goal. In the end, he had to tap him from 2 or 3 yards. Great work from Antonio to set him up. And that was really early in the game. And I think a lot of us probably thought, hold on a second, what's going on here? Because we're seeing this sort of David Moyes, this team now is so much of it is clearly about the team and not that much of it is about the individual. And they really all seem to be pulling together for the cause here. And there's no doubt about what was going on here. The selection was interesting. Sorry, I'm sort of jumping around a little bit. What was amazing was the team that David Moyes selected. So he dropped Benrahma for this game, and he brought in Alvarez. Alvarez played in defensive midfield. Paqueta sort of started on the left, but he was given freedom to roam. So it was Alvarez, it was Paqueta and Souček who was selected. He put Ogbonna in, by the way, for a Gerd, just in case you're wondering, who was suspended for this game. Ogbonna played well. So many of them played well. As I say, it's impossible to go through them all in sort of one short video, so I do have to get back to things in just a second. But the way that goal was scored, you were sort of looking at it thinking, hold on a second, because of this sort of team ethic that was clearly evident, because of the way, I think from what we saw in the display against Chelsea, you're thinking, well, hold on a second, there's going to be something special happening here. Now, that team ethic and certainly the strategy of we were sitting back very, very deep, and Brighton like to play a certain way. I've got to say, I've said this for so many seasons now. David Moyes got outdone. De Zerbi's outdone David Moyes. Potter's outdone David Moyes. A lot of people who tactically have just outdone him. But last season was he was outclassed and outgunned tactically, David Moyes. Today, David Moyes did De Zerbi. He really did. With his deployment of Alvarez there was pretty spectacular. But his tactical plan was thrown into chaos, really, because... funny enough, it was a really great free kick from James Ward Prowse, and Souček went in with his head, and the goalkeeper didn't really do anything wrong. He has to try and clear the ball, of course, but it basically caught Souček in the head, and Souček had to be substituted. So at that point, David Moyes' tactical plan goes out of it. So Ben Rama had to come on in place of Souček. So he's done a little reshuffle. But you know what? No problem at all. I think Ben Rama was close on impeccable when he came on. That has got to be one of my... I don't know why I'm pointing that direction. That has got to be one of my favourite Ben Rama performances, what we saw there. I thought he was excellent. And by the way, I've got to say, credit where credit's due. I thought he was pretty poor in the last game. So well done him and well done the team, because they would have drilled that in training with Alvarez and Souček and James Ward Prowse there. Ben Rama came in. I thought it was really, really, really good. He looked okay, by the way. Souček, just in case you're wondering, really good composed defending at one point by Alvarez, who did drop the shoulder and was under pressure, did a little twist, a little turn, got himself really smartly out of trouble. But there's loads of stuff. That this game was incident packed, and I'll tell you what, when I do my player ratings with Gio on Monday, there's going to be some really interesting scores going up there, because there's just so many of the players played really, really well. We went in half-time, 1-0 to West Ham. I thought, but I would, look, West Ham fan and all the rest of it, yeah, I get it, I thought deservedly so. I did. Brighton fans would think, no way, we attacked, all you did was defend. We did, but that was sort of the plan, and the plan worked. And, I hope we get a bit of credit for that, because so often we do that plan against these teams like Brighton, and that plan doesn't work. Today it did, but I'm maybe saying it a little bit earlier, that there seems to be a different resilience to this team here. There's something about Alvarez, there's something about James Ward Prowse, and added to the other guys we've got in there. He is definitely building a team. I don't look at this and see much ego at all. Very impressive, and there's more to come. I mean, funny enough, let's allow ourselves a little moment of indulgence maybe. Mohamed Kudus will have been watching that. He's over in London. He's had his medical, apparently. He's going to be watching that and thinking, well, yeah, I'll have some of this. He would have thrived in that in terms of counter-attacking. Really, really good. 2-0, my word. This was absolutely wonderful, wonderful goal from Jarrod Bowen. It was... the first touch in it was brilliant. It was a really good run, right, and a really fantastic... There was two... This goal was made up, I thought, of two fantastic passes and a beautiful first touch. The first pass was a little run from Antonio, and he picked out a pass, lovely pass of Ben Rama. But it was a little bit too early to be... Ben Rama had no support at all, so he had to kill a little bit of time. He had to wait. He checked back in on his right foot, and he spotted the run from Bowen, who was on the other side of the pitch. With his right foot, he's curled a beautiful pass over into the path of Bowen, who's moving inside the area. First touch, beautiful. Honestly, the control with that first touch that Bowen must have done was impeccable, absolutely impeccable. And then he finished smartly into the far corner. Really, really good goal. So we're 2-0 up at this point. Didn't take much longer. 3-0 up. This was Antonio. My word. Great first touch again from Bowen. At this point, he's out on the right wing. And then he lofts in a really lovely pass for Antonio. And this is why I want to say this, because, yeah, look, I don't want to demean what Brighton do by tippy-tappy. Brighton are brilliant. Brighton may even finish above us in the league this season. Whatever, all right? They are a really good team. But actually, the things that count, like the final ball and the finish, our final pass, was scalpel-like. I don't know where the scalpel came from, but it was so incisive. There was real incision towards our play, and this pass from Bowen to get to Antonio was really, really nice. As was the passing, for the second goal as well, was really good. Antonio took it on his chest. This is perfect target man play. Absolutely wonderful target man play. Took it on his chest, sort of moved left, right, had the defender backed up behind him. Then he spun the defender, turned smartly, finished into the bottom far corner. Same corner that he finished into the other day, by the way. And when we faced Chelsea now, we were 3-0 up at this point, and we carried on counter-attacking. We had really good threat. There was a lot beautiful. Antonio had another chance, really good chance actually, which possibly he should have scored. It was a pass from Paqueta, beautiful pass. Again, these passes, our final ball and our finish today was unsurpassed. They could not handle it. Brighton. Antonio ran himself into the ground. What a performance he did, by the way. He was replaced by Kera. Lovely bit of lovely build-up, actually. Lovely passing manoeuvre between Ben Rama and James Ward Prowse, which almost resulted in a goal as well. Brighton got it back to 3-1. Lovely long shot through defenders. There was a load of substitutions, raft of substitutions. Credit where credit's due. Danny Ings came on. He was one of those late substitutions. He put himself in mortal danger, quite frankly, by heading away a chance that Brighton had. To be fair, I think Areola probably would have had it covered, but it was good. It was absolutely good nonetheless. There you go. Those are my notes on that. What a game. What a game. I thought it was, even though we were defending for large parts of it, I found it thoroughly entertaining. And do you know what? I think just well-deserved by everybody. You know, I think number one for the fans that travel up and down, go into those away games and have seen us getting spanked by Brighton. I don't know what I'm going down. There's been spanking, there's been pants pulling down, there's scalpels, there's all sorts. Hopefully not at the same time, actually. But for all the fans that you know go down there all the time and see us getting beaten by Brighton, then you know, that's well-deserved for them. Well-deserved for David Moyes, who's obviously had a look at him and he's come up with a tactical plan now. He did it. His tactics won. You know, credit where credit's due on that. You call it when he gets done and you call it when he gets it right. And he got it absolutely right, just like he did against Chelsea. So fantastic for him. And well done to the players as well, who were just all committed. I bet in the dressing room afterwards, that's going to be a really harmonious and really buzzing dressing room. It really is. I certainly wouldn't believe any rumours of disharmony. And look, we'll deal with all that stuff another time. It's clearly not there. Dressing room disharmony is clearly not there. Disharmony between David Moyes and Tim Steidten, it's clearly not there. We'll discuss it another time. Forget about all that. Just enjoy the win. Enjoy looking at the league table. And I'm sure I'll be back tomorrow with a video, probably all about James Ward Prowse, but I wouldn't even say he was the man of the match, by the way. I wouldn't do that. It was probably Antonio, but I need to think through it. I really do. But magnificent. Anyway, enjoy what's left of your weekend. I'm going to go and play some pinball. There you go, that's where I'm known. Pinfest. I'm going to go and play some pinball. Now, see, we've got it in a West Ham colour. That's very nice. I don't think it was planned. It's nothing to do with me. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. That's a really, really, really good way. It feels early in the weekend because I played Sunday last week, so you know what I mean? Halfway through the weekend, lots of the weekend left. We can enjoy the rest of it. Absolutely buzzing.